Hello world. Hello YouTube. Hello Flosstube. Welcome. Welcome if you're new. Welcome if you're a subscriber. I really enjoy that you are here sharing this time with me. A bit late due to a wonderful flu. My nose has finally got back to itself without any sneezing or blowing my nose, so that's a good thing. Yes. Um Did I say my name is Mia? Well, I'm Mia. I live in a town called Hyvinkää, which is in the southern part of Finland. And I am a stitcher. This is Flosstube number 17-ish. I wrote it down just a moment. Flosstube number 17. And I'm going to tell you all about my stitching from February 1st to February 18th. That means that the Olympics have been on, and I got myself a birthday present, a mug of the Olympics, in which, hey Laura, I am drinking some Lipton tea. So, shall we get to it? I have a spreadsheet that makes life so easy to follow up, and I thought I'd go along with that. It showed me quite a lot of interesting things. Uh, so for the month of February until today, until yesterday, the 18th, I have stitched 19,040 stitches. I have stitched on 18 days. I have started 7. Well, it's my birthday month, so yay me. And I have actually finished 1. Yes, I have finished 1. And it's fully finished. And I'm not going to show it to you because it's a secret stitch. If I remember, I will show it to you in April. That's when the recipient will receive it, and then I can show. Except that it's a picture then. Well, anyhow, now I'm just da-da-da. Let's get into the stitches. And this is what my spreadsheet shows me. I have worked on 24 whips. And I'm just going in the order that they are. So for Flosstuber Frenzy, the whips are in this list. In the order that the lists give me. So, Love Me Not, which is my focus piece. It hasn't been, it will be ready by the end of February. And it is Love Me Not by Selena Finech, charted by Haid, but she's been retired for a long time. This is for my firstborn. And, oops, just a moment, I need to see what I'm doing. And I'm not showing you a picture of it because this is almost done. I have got 2,400 and something, or somewhere there. 2,460 stitches left to go. And I've been coming from up to down, so I have been stitching in this area this month. I thought it was a hanging thread, but it was a threaded thread. So a bit of her leg, and then what's underneath her on the ground. That is what I need to do. That needs a wash and a frame. Giving it to my daughter. So that was number one. I have stitched 4,468 on it. Then the next one, this is my Olympic stitch, and also Full Coverage Fanatics group has different kind of challenges for 26, the year 26, and I am stitching 26,000 stitches onto this width, of which the Olympics are helping me. Yes. So this is Tada by Randall Spangler, charted by Haid, started in prehistory. And here is where I am with it at the moment. And the area that I have got 3,352 stitches done is this block here. I am completing 939. I still have like 14,000-ish stitches of 939 left. So that's one reason why I want to get the 26 into this, so that I could get rid of the 939. Yes. Oh, maybe you want to see what this dragon will look like once it's ready. Just a moment, please. I'll open my tablet, and the chart is called Tada, Tada, 350 by 431, and this is what it will look like once done. I've been stitching in this area here. And I can see the dragon's face sort of like outlining at, or the head. I would so love to do some stitches there, but no, I'm staying with the 939 because I just decided to. Mini Colorful Abstract Owl is my next one, and this is a restart because the fabric that I had, it was 14 count and it was stiff like a metal sheet. I'm not sure if this black Ada is that softer, but I love how the colors pop out. This is a chart that I'm stitching for Glamorous 3, which is a game on Siska Stitches group on Facebook, and we choose 3 stitches, 3 whips on from your whip pile. I decided to go with 3 birds this time, and I'm going for the rest of the year because these are big ones, and they need love, so they're getting love for all of the year. Siska calls out stitches for a week, which gives you 100 stitch for each day, and depending on how she calls them, you get to stitch on all the 3 whips during the week. And Mini Colorful Abstract Owl is a chart by Artisy. It's an image that Tarina has used using Midjourney AI. Yes, I stitch AI. And this is what it will look like once done. And since I had a new start at the beginning of February, I have done 305 stitches, and just check the colors. I really love how they pop out. From the black, and it's actually rather easy to stitch on the black. I thought this would be harder. This, it was 16 or 18 count Ada, I can't remember which. But this is where I am with that. Glamorous 3. The next one is also a Glamorous 3. It's Macau. And this is an actual bird. Charted by Artisy. It's called Macau Close Up, and it's from an image of Susanna Jutzeler Schweiss. And once done, it will be this beauty. I'm not far along with any of these. Like Mini Colorful Abstract Owl has that 300 and yeah, 305 because it was a new start. And this Macau, it's stitched on 16 count Ada. It has got 805. I still need to stitch on the owl. I'm missing this week and last week. But this is Macau close up. I started on the top, which is 934, and then someday I dropped down to stitch something else except for 934, and I've been stitching in this area, and I just love the colors, the actual feather colors of the Macau. So when I need bulk stitching, I'm stitching, and when I feel like a bit of variety, I will be stitching in the actual bird, the feathers. And in all, the Macau has 2,380 stitches in it. That was whip number 4. Whip number 5 is my whip comb. What's this? Art is by Arden Ellen Nixon. It's charted by Haid. It's stitched on 29 count even weave. Started the 2nd of September 24. 350 by 263. It has 92,050 stitches in it and 87 colors. And I know this info because I happen to have a project tracker in the bag. Yes, so my work goals for this year is to stitch 500 stitches on what is called, and there are two that are called, and this was number 5 for February. I've done 400. I just noticed yesterday. I thought I had done the 500, but no, I have done 400. This is the actual stitching. It's the sky. And I will show you what it looks like once ready. This is a lion wondering, what's this? This is what it will. Oh, I'm up here. And this was the first time this was called, so I still will have another chance to stitch on it, and I have 4,630 stitches in all, which is 5.03, so I have a milestone. Not counting that much odd milestones, but... And my next one is also my second whip go for February, which is Mini Magic City with books. This is a chart that Michelle Sayeta has done herself. Yeah, she has done the chart, but the picture also is hers. Do I need something behind this? And also this is in the sky. So in February it has got 500 stitches, and it got its 500 in January. So this is done for the year. I have cropped this one. I'm not doing the complete. I think I have enough of skies and whatnot to stitch in all my whips. So I cropped a bit of the sky away. So in this blue house, there's a little golden. Okay, it doesn't want. But anyhow, I've cropped the sky off. I think there's 10 rows, and then the darkest part of the sky is cropped off. But this is what's this will look like once done. I'm stitching that with CXC. Everything else is DMC. What else do you? I'm sorry, my brain it's had a hard time this year, so it's What I was going to tell you is that Mini Magic City with books has 7,711 stitches, and out of the original size, it's 9.13%. Yeah. So that was Whip Go 2 and Whip Go Call 22 for this month. And it's done, and that also is done for the year. Then Flosstube Frenzy. Jenn, the caffeinated crafter. Now I need to go on this side of my paper. She had a Flosstube on the 7th and 13th, and I've done 250 stitches, which is for the 7th, so I still need to do the 13th. I've been okay. The Olympics sort of like made stitching challenging for to get everything done, even though I've done a lot. But I decided that I can catch up with my Flosstuber frenzies if I don't get them done after the Olympics are over, because I want to get my Olympic stitches done. Well, anyhow, Jenn's chart, that's something else, is Villa Mirabilia, which is a Mirabilia design. And once ready, she will look like this. It's a paper chart, so I do not have the statistics except for what I am stitching on it. I do count my stitches even on a paper chart, so this is where I am with it. And with Flosstuber Frenzy, I have been stitching on this part of her. It's not her dress. It's, I don't know what it's called, but this fabric piece. I've been stitching on this for Jenn's Flosstubes, and I stitched. My idea is to stitch the duration. So if I get to watch it and stitch it, that's what I basically do. I stitch on the actual piece while I watch a Flosstuber Frenzy of mine. I stitch the time that the video is on. If for some reason I miss it, I'm sick or yeah, whatever reason, then from now on I will just count the time. So let's say like if Jenn has a 1 hour 46 minutes Flosstube, then I'll stitch 146 stitches on it. And that's what I'm going to do for the my brain is having shortcuts. Yes. So if I don't stitch the actual while watching the Flosstuber Frenzy video, then I will just stitch the time, the hour and the minutes, just as the numbers. Yeah. But this is Villa Mirabilia for Jenn, the caffeinated crafter. And she still needs stitches for the 13th. Yes. Then the next one also is a Flosstuber Frenzy. It's Julie. No, it's Nessa. Nessa had a Flosstube on the 7th, and I stitched while she was showing her whips. And I have an Atelier Margareta, which I think is a Swedish company. How do I get this picture out? Oh. And this does not have a name, but I call it Garden Bench. This is chart number 90167A. And it's a kit. It had the fabric, the floss, the chart, of course. And that's what I've been using. And I got 191 stitches. On this one stitched. And what I stitched this time was this gray. It's like a frame or the side of a wall or something. Yeah, and it started from down here and all the way up. And these are full crosses, but they're stitched with one thread. And everything's sort of like colorful. Okay, gray is a color, but But the flowers and the bench and whatnot, they are stitched with two threads of floss, but this gray is stitched with one full cross. And this will get some continuation once Nessa gets around to a new Flosstube. If you don't follow, I will link all my Flosstuber friendlies down in the information box, so you can find. But her Flosstube is stitching with Nessa. Yes, 191. Do not know how much I have in all in that. Then we have Judy, who is an Aussie and a Kiwi go traveling. She's not a Flosstuber frenzy, but she has a Facebook group, and she's traveling around Australia with her husband, and she has different kind of prompts each day. If they are actually traveling, she has the kilometers that they travel that day, and there might be some kind of a prompt on what kind of like there might be a color that needs to be or a certain like one day there was a penguin. So I've been doing those because it's fun and it gets me to stitch on whips that either have not been stitched this year or then yeah, well anyhow, it gives me the prompts makes me look for whips that might be just in the shelf. So Minnie the Amazing Animal Kingdom was one that I chose. She had a prompt that was the penguins. Where is my so this they are at Phillip Island going to see penguins that day. And Mini Amazing Animal Kingdom, charted by Hyde, and the art is Amy Stewart. It will have penguins once I get down to the last row, but I'm at the top. And I got 129 stitches. Which I stitched on this Indian elephant. I got, somebody said this is a peacock. Okay, this is the mini, so it's not that clear, I would say. But I believe them. But I also did the actual stitches in the elephant, so that was the area where I stitched in. And this is a wonderful chart. So with Judy's prompts, who knows, this might get more stitches this year. If you are wondering what it will look like, I'm sorry, my head is all over the place. It, once done, will look like this. So here are the penguins that the prompt was, and I'm up here. And my amazing animal kingdom has got 8,156 stitches out of 80,600, and it's at 10.12%. I'm not sure if the 10% went, if it was a milestone, or did I have the milestone done earlier on. Yes. And the next one also is a prompt from Judy's Facebook group, and it's from the ashes. I got 202 stitches in. I do not remember what the prompt was, but this is from the ashes, Abraham Hunter, charted by Artisy. This is a whip that I'm stitching like Anne, who is the Max Color Stitcher, 10 by 10 block, row by row. And yes, parking. Yeah, I don't remember what the prompt was, but I got 202 stitches in. I think I need to start writing them down because my brains, but this is a wonderful piece also. And what that will look like once done. I love Pattern Keeper because it gives you the possibility to show you what it will look like once done. And I've been stitching in this area with the yeah, above the sun. And this also can be found as a dimensions kit. Laura I Stitch Bird is stitching this as the kit. I have done 4,863 stitches in all out of 67,200, and I'm at 7.24%. Then the next one is a Flosstuber Frenzy for Sharon. Sharon is fun with cross stitch. She also has a Facebook group in which I am. And Sharon has had a Flosstube on the 11th and the 18th, and I owe her the 18th. I have not stitched on that yet. But on the 11th, I got 257 stitches, and what the chart that I chose for her, my Flosstuber Frenzy whips are all paper charts, because these are my oldies, and I want to get them done. But this is a Faye Whitaker, all of our yesterday's sampler. And I've been stitching in this boy. And I got 257 stitches done. I think I'll hold it like this so that, yeah, you can see through. That's not good. I need to get my board out. Just a moment. I'm sorry. I needed to move the table. That So, all of our yesterdays is this is what it looks like complete. Well, where I am at the moment. And I've been stitching on this boy. I got his shorts done and I got stitching on the chair that he's sitting on. And maybe a bit of the color of his skin, his hands, his face. Yeah, I like this one. This is also a chart that I have started like in the 21st of January in 2012. So it's about time it got its stitches in to get ready, and with Sharon having uh she's doing once a week, but like she didn't do Flosstube in the first week of January, which is fine. So well, anyhow, I will get this finished in 2026 thanks to Sharon doing Flosstubes. Yes. It says Monday's child is fair of face, Tuesday's child is full of grace, Wednesday's child is full of woe, Thursday's child has far to go, Friday's child is loving and giving, Saturday's child works hard for its living, but the child that is born on the Sabbath day is bonny and blithe and good and gay. I love it. It's a beautiful, beautiful piece. Yep, that is Flosstuber Frenzy. Ah, for Sharon. Then the next one. Actually, I did tell about my whip goals, and this is sort of my list. My list. The ones that have been pulled over have been done for the month, and I've also marked. I first when they're called, I do the square around the number that is called, and then I mark the month next to the whip. And once I've done the stitching, I mark a pen. I pull over from the list and I mark the block. So I'm missing 100 stitches from what's this for February. But this is my web code notes. Now I can't remember where I was. Yeah, Sharon. That was what I showed all of our yesterdays. The next one is it's a new start. He got 1,175 stitches. That's all I'm telling about. But then we have another Flosstuber Frenzy, which is squirrels for Narelle, stitching with Narelle. She loves squirrels. And since I had a kit by Riolis of squirrels that I had started, this is not an oldie, but it's a paper chart, so it qualifies. So I have been stitching on this squirrel here. And Narelle had a floss tube on the 2nd, and I got 153 stitches in. This is done with with all that is in the kits. Oops. And I think I went up. No, I went up here. If there are a few stitches missing, sort of like in this hand. Are they called paws in a squirrel? The hands. and then I went up here, and I got that 53 stitches done. The problem I have with this chart, I usually don't have problems, or I don't admit it. But this actually does have a problem. The floss. Because the floss is the wool acrylic and I'm allergic to wool. I can't stitch long with these with the yarn that they have, or the thread floss. Yeah, that, because it's so the last time I stitched on this, I my right eye didn't like the fluff, you know, the I don't know the word in English. Anyhow, it when I use wool, I get an allergic reaction, and this time it was in my eye. So I decided I need to, if Narelle has longer whips, I'll have to watch it in parts, or then just do the duration numbers to avoid getting an allergic reaction. But I really, really like stitching on this. It's easy. I think it's 14 count Ada. Is it? So I can stitch, yeah, 14 count Ada. And it only has 19 colors. Yeah, and actually, I love the way that Riolis has the floss on these cards. They are really, really I like it. And then if you have a long enough piece to that you can stitch with, then you can, there's a place where you can park it onto the card. Yeah, I like these cards. They're really, really nice. Even if the wool isn't that nice to my body. Yes, Glamorous 3, the third one, is Gala, which once I saw Animal Instinct, I can't remember her name. I saw her show the full chart, and that was she had finished it, and I just fell in love with it, and I had to go and get it. So Gala is by Nicole Payne artwork, and it's charted by Unconventional X Stitch. And once it's ready, it will look like this. And I'm stitching it on a hand-dyed fabric that I've had for a gazillion years. I can't remember anymore whose fabric this is, because I bought this like over 20 years ago. Yeah. Anyhow, I thought since it's not a full coverage, I would stitch it on a fabric like this, and with the Glamorous 3 for February, I have stitched 621 stitches. Which the latest one was the darkest red, and then I've been filling out this area. This is 28 count. This was a silk weaver fabric, yeah, but I can't remember the name of it. But this is what I'm stitching Gala on, and this will get loads of stitches this year with the Glamorous 3. The eye will come somewhere here, but I'm sort of like stitching the feathers. Yes. So all three Glamorous 3 have been shown now. I still owe the Abstract Owl low toe stitches. Then Judy with an Aussie and a Kiwi go traveling. One of her prompts, actually, I think I've stitched a couple of times on this. There was one that you needed to stitch with something with a, can't remember, a dock, a pair of, yeah, a thingy that goes out into the sea, you know. And I think there was a beach theme also. So this summer landscape has got 338 stitches, and I'm stitching this bottom to top in 20 or in two blocks. I'm not sure once I've got up here will I start going row by row, or if I'll just continue doing as I've done. The chart is from Artisy. The original image is from Tony Salado or something like that. It's called Summer Landscape, and it is, yeah. The copyright of the image is Tony Salado Fotolia, and designed by Serena Clark Artisy. And this is what it will look like once it's ready. So I'm stitching here. This just takes me to Mombasa. Yeah. And since we've been having such a cold winter, not anymore, but I think the past 2 weeks were freezing, even in a country that has winter weather, but it was cold. Yeah, we were, even in the south, we were also in the minus 30s Celsius, so that was not nice. I like winter, I like snow, and I like the snow to be snow, not slush. So, but the temperatures, I mean, I'm a -10 max person. Yeah. Anything above that is freezing. So, let's go on. Whip number 16 is Up and Away, and it's a Flosstube frenzy chart. For Julie, who is silver stitching, Sylver. She had a Flosstube. She's had a Flosstubes on the 1st, the 18th, and the 15th, and I still owe her the 15th. I have not got around to that. But for the 1st and the 8th, I have got 296 stitches in, and I'm stitching on the John Clayton Collection by Heritage Crafts, which is Up and Away. And this is not an oldie, but it's a paper chart. And I started this last September. I was at a cross stitch retreat here in Finland. And I had my stitching with me, but I forgot my tablet home. And since all my charts are in the tablet. So lucky for me, there were people who were either giving away or selling cross stitch thingies. So I found this, and there I got it, and I started it, and now it's Julie's. Julie has a chart where she has lambs, and then there's sort of like a landscape. I can't remember the chart's name, but anyhow, I just imagine those sheep's lambs that are in that whip of hers. They are watching these hot air balloons flying at the sky. That's what I see. And for February, I've been coming from up down, and I've been stitching on the sky. And earlier I stitched here, but then I went on this side. So once I get the sky done, I'll jump onto the balloon. But this is where I am with Julie's stitching. Julie's Flosstuber Frenzy. I love the colors, and I love the chart. Yes. So 296, and I owe her latest Flosstube. That was a short one, if I remember. It was somewhere around-ish 20 minutes. So that will I will stitch while watching. So because if I make it into the numbers, it's just going to be 20 something stitches, and I want to get more, and I can stitch more than 20 in 20 minutes. Yeah. Oh, I talk a lot because it's an hour almost in. You've heard that there's Olympics, yeah? Everything else for the Olympics, I have been well, my main whip was Tada, which I showed you at the beginning. But for the biathlon, I have been, well, okay, I stitched once. There have been many competitions, but the way I have been stitching for the Olympics is that I have each sport and I checked how many uh, medal competitions there are in that sports. And then I timed that number by 10 and then by 3 because there are 3 medals, in which I got how many stitches I would do for each event, each sport. So biathlon got 330 stitches, and I decided to stitch them on my chart that I have for the men's biathlon competition, which is the Six Portals Glowstone City, which is a chart by the art is Rose Catherine Kahn, and it's Pain Free Craft. And I did the 330 stitches. I was filling in this area. Yeah, this was the only. I got 463 stitches, but I don't know why I got. Ah, there might be that there was some stitching before. I don't know why I've stitched. It was 330, but I've done 463. That's okay. That's okay. I did more. And what it will look like once ready. It's a skinny one. I just have this one of the 6 portals. And this is 202 wide by 800 high, so it's gonna take a while. Just trying to get it to fit. Once ready, it will look like this. So I am way up here, and I started this last year, at the end of the year when the biathlon um, season started, and I have done 2,994 stitches out of 161,600, and I am at 1.85%. And it's a lovely piece. I like it. I like this most from all the variety that the 6 had. Yeah. So that was the 6 portals. Stitches are beautiful. Um, has a challenge for February. I have to admit, I can't quite remember. Uh, I remember that you have to do at least 250 a week, and then you need to post on like a certain day once a week to show your progress. It's 250 full cross or 500 tent. If you do that, I don't do tent at all. If the chart calls for half cross stitch, then I do it, but otherwise I'm a full cross stitcher. Yeah. So and the Max Color Stitcher influenced the choice of my charts. I had bought this last year, when Anne showed that she's stitching on this one, and I really liked it. My mother was, when she could, she can't anymore. My mom has sewn and knitted and crocheted and a lot during her life, and she's the one who taught me into different kind of handcrafts. So once Anne said that she's doing this in memory of her mother who has passed away, I still have my mom here. But yeah, I liked the idea, and I got the chart last year, and I do not know what's going on with this color stuff today. I mean, the light. That better? Yay! So this is a chart that I'm doing, and I'm stitching it. It's a full coverage, and I'm stitching it full coverage. Anne is opting out the background, but I've done 757 stitches on this for February. It was a new start for me, the 1st of February, and I have done 0.47%, which is that 757 stitches out of 160,000, and it's been 712 and B5200. And I'm stitching it on a 20. Oh, 26, 27, 20, 27 count. 1/1. I think this is Linda. That's what I got. Yeah. And here is my 757 stitches of B5200 and 712. And I still need to stitch the stitches for this week, which is at least 250. I will continue. I thought I'd do the first row across and then go down until I find some other colors to stitch. Or then I'll just go, maybe I'll just continue row by row. I don't know. I'm not sick of 712 and B5200 yet. I might get sick of them at sometimes because 712 there's 23,146 stitches left, and where's B5200? Well, B5200 there's only 3,404. And when I look at this chart, it's on the third row I get to stitch something else than 712 and B5200, so maybe I will persevere with that. Yes, that was Elegant Sewing Kit with a challenge from Stitches So Beautiful. The thing that I was saying that I don't remember is once if you do the challenge, then what? I don't remember. But I'll see it at the end of the month or at the beginning of next month. Poppy Fields is my next one, and it's actually I sort of like I started stitching it well, first of all I bought the charts because I stitched Bears Laura on a live. She's such an influencer. I've started so many. Yeah. Anyhow, she had a floss tube. No, she had a YouTube live, and she had received a couple of charts from Charlie Feathers, and then she went to the internet to the page where they had been bought, and then she showed what she had received, and then she went through others, and then she was like, oh, this would be nice, and oh, that would be nice, and oh, I wish somebody would stitch this, and yeah, that's all you need to do. This was fine. So I went and got the chart that she wanted somebody to stitch. This is Poppy Fields. It will look like this. I think this was from my bobbin. The chart is by Eliseva Evgenia. It's 133, 135 by 135, so it's not a big one. And I started stitching it, and then you know, the Olympics. The Olympics came along, and then I decided that, hey, I had made a challenge for our Finnish cross stitch group, Ristipistoilijat, on Facebook, and the challenge, I gave three different options, with each sports, the name of the sports, the letters by times 10 was what you would stitch. And since they're in Finnish, they're a bit different than English, but let's say like ice hockey. In Finnish, it's jääkiekko. It has 9 letters, so 9 by 10 is 90 stitches. Cross-country skiing, which in English is quite long, but in Finnish, it's maastohiihto. It has 12 letters, so you get 120 stitches. I wonder which is the longest. Freestyle skiing in Finnish is, well, okay. It doesn't have a Finnish name except for the skiing. Freestyle hiihto. It has 15 letters, so 150 stitches. And so on and so forth for all the different sports. So you get that way you get the daily stitching count. And I decided to do that on this one. So I have been able to have a Olympic stitch, and among the others, okay, ta-da, and Glowstone City, but and then I have been able to stitch something that I also like myself, and I decided to give it to my mum if I get it ready for Mother's Day, which is in May, and also to get Laura to see what it looks like stitched. This is on 20 count gridded Ada. And here is where I am at the moment. I have got 1,690 stitches done in February. Yes. So that is my Olympic stitching, sudden Olympic, but this will continue until it's finished. I will need to think about different kind of words to continue. Sort of, I like this way. Um, I don't know. Maybe you could suggest some kind of a words to use for March and April. It can be like anything, just words, and then I will count how many letters they have and times that by 10 to get my daily stitchings. Thank you if you would like to help. Yeah. The next one is a SAF, and it's actually fully finished. But I'm not showing it because it's a present. But it has 445 stitches in it. It was a small one. Then we have, I turned 59 on the 9th of February. I don't feel it. My body does, but my brain doesn't. Barbara Anna, Dreaming Queen Bee was what I chose. And Addie, Cross Stitch and Quilts. And Dawn, Enchanting Stitches. Join me. And Charly Feathers. Join me with my birthday start. It was, the idea was anything Barbara Anna. Charly had the same chart, which is Dreaming Queen Bee. Dawn and Addie had something else that I don't remember. I'm sorry. This is a small one. So I want to get it done by the end of February. I'm not stitching on it this week. As long as the Olympics are going on, I'm not stitching on it. I gave it 726 stitches and it has 500 stitches left. So it will be done in a day. But I'm not stitching it while the Olympics are on. But this is what it looks like. And this fabric is a hand-dyed. Really, really like the coloring on it. I got this from Azarac. I got 6 of these fabrics and other stuff. I was so happy to receive that. But anyhow, this is my birthday start. And I realized at the same time that it was my 2-year anniversary, aroundish. I can't remember the exact date. But I've been here for 2 years. Yes. Then the last whip. I'm sorry. Let's go back a bit. The Queen Bee, Dreaming Queen Bee by Barbara Anna. The size is 50 by 56, so it is a small one. And I do not have the variegated floss. So for those leaves, I will be combining 2 different blues because I don't have anything that sort. But I just wanted to give a bit of the variety that you can see in these leaves instead of stitching with just one color. Yeah. And then there's a bit of back stitching, which is okay. But this is, and since I have a hoop, I thought I'd finalize it as shown. Because that's also an easy way, and I could actually get it done in February. I'd sort of like make history by getting 2 stitched, started and finished an FFO in 1 month. Ooh, that would be amazing. But then I found, I don't know how I found it, but I found an actual Olympics chart by Cloud's Factory. I think it was, I saw it on Facebook or Facebook, Instagram, yeah. And of course I had to start it. I need to plug in my computer. Yeah. You actually get 2 charts, one for the Olympics and then the other for the, what is it called? Paralympics. Yeah. So this, you get to see the cute mascots. And I will be changing Canada for Finland. But this was a wonderful chart to find. I wish they had come up with it before the Olympics. It's not a big one because there's minimal backstitching, and it's only 1,988 stitches, of which I have done 779, and I'm at 39.19%. So it's not a big one. And actually, I found a perfect fabric. I had bought this fabric at the Stitchy retreat last year. And I thought it was just perfect for this one because it has the snowflakes. So it's just perfect. Here is where I am at the moment. But I will continue on this with the Paralympics. So and then I have to check the difference between this one and the Paralympics chart to see if I could sort of like maybe, yeah, I don't know. I'll just compare them and see what the difference is, and maybe then just stitch them both. But this is where I am with the actual Olympic stitching. This I have been stitching just sort of. I did the Olympic circle first, and then I did the name, and then I did the flag. And with the green, there were a few parts, just a few stitches left to do with that color, so I stitched them in. And yeah, but I will continue on this on the Paralympics. So those were my 23 with 19,000 stitches. And then I realized I've been here for an hour and 20 minutes. But plans. I have done plans. Every single time I have done plans, but sort of like when I've got to the point where, okay, I've told everything about the whips, then I've completely forgot to tell you my plans. So so I make this kind of a list. January was just one page, but February with the Olympics, sort of like the Olympics go from here to here. So and then this was like if I get myself to do anyhow. Love Me Not, my focus piece has been the first. I put the days, and then when I have actually missed 1, 2, 3 days. That's okay. But I have checked it out and put the stitch count when I've got the stitching done. So I had 6,923 at the beginning of the month, and now I'm at 2,400. Glamorous 3 is also Siska calls out the what you stitch on which day. So I got the whole month, the days, and then I put which whip on which day, and then when I've done it, I put the amounts. Except for I basically do it that once she gives out the week's stitches, I stitch on one width what all the stitches that are called for that week. So yeah, but it's sort of like easier to follow up. I need actual, to see what I'm doing. Whipco also, I do the 500. I mark the which whips are called, and then I do five blocks, and then I mark them when I've done. Flosstube Frenzy, I got the people, the charts, and then I marked the day, and then I marked how many I've stitched. The Winter Olympics was sort of like the sports and how many medals, and then I did the times 10 times 3. And then with the red, I've been marking the day I've stitched on it and which chart and how many actual stitches. Because like cross-country skiing was 360 and I did 387, but that's just... Yeah, and then I wrote here, if I still have energy. The Hate Sal, the White and the Brave, haven't touched it. The Cross Stitch Studio Mystery Sal, I have not touched it. Full Coverage Fanatics, Tada has got its stitches in. Cooking for Your Dragon is a finish for this year. I have 12,454, have not touched it. I will have time in the year. Then Stitches So Beautiful. I need to... I've written down the days that the 8th, the 15th, the 22nd, and the 28th. You need to put up your photo. Then I had my birthday start. Actually, I started the poppy fields on the 9th as well. No, on the 4th. Yeah. So I made this my second Olympic piece, and I've been also writing down how many stitches I've got daily. And then that's the not telling you anything about it. Yeah. Well, anyhow, this is my plans, and so I have Love Me Not to finish Glamorous 3. It's an ongoing thing. Whipco has 100 stitches missing. Flosstuber Frenzy I'm doing next week after the Olympics. I'm concentrating on that. So the Winter Olympics will be done by the Sunday. I'm not touching the Wise and the Brave or the Salves. I'm not touching the Salves. I'm not touching Cooking for a Dragon. Stitch is so beautiful. We'll get 250 this week and next week. My birthday start will get finished, so I have around 500 stitches. And the poppy fields will continue with the Olympics, but I do want to continue with it to get it ready for my mum for Mother's Day in May. Yeah. So my request is that you give me words so that I can make a list and get that stitch count for the daily stitches for poppy fields. Thank you. I hope you're still here. I hope you enjoyed what you saw. And and what do you need to say at the end of a floss tube? A bit of a life update. My mental health is crashing really bad. I don't want to go into it, but it's been a rough start of the year. My parents' health, my mum's her health is well. She has cancer. She has had cancer for what is this, the 8th year? I've lost count. She has cancer in her bones and it's spread into her lungs and her one of her not the liver or but something inside. Yeah, I don't know what it's called in English. It's perna in Finnish if somebody is interested. Yeah, but it's tough to see a person dear to you fade away. And my dad, he has dementia and he's going fast. He remembers us and but it's yeah. I'm sorry. But anyhow, mm, uh, my dad has, or my parents have decided to get me a new car because I'm the one who drives them to the doctors and the groceries. Well, my brother also does, but he works, so he can't help during the days while he's at work. So but my eldest brother and I are the ones who and some people from church also the, help if like I've been sick and my brother's at work, so and they might have a doctor's appointment or something like that, so they get help from there too, which is wonderful. But anyhow, I have a car that's a low one and with my dad's bad legs and yeah, my mum has cancer in her bones, so So whatever makes them sort of like, you get up into the car and then you step down out of the car is it would be a better way for them. So my dad has been looking for a car that's a bit higher, and since they don't drive well, my dad doesn't have his driver's license anymore because of the dementia, and my mom does have her driver's license, but since her medication is quite rough, she can't drive. Okay, so I'm getting an old new car, but a high one. That's in the looking. Anyhow, thank you, and keep us in your prayers. Uh, and then the Flosstube stuff. Please like. I really you don't know how much it means just to have a like, and if you write me a comment, oh, that makes my day. And if you like what you saw, please subscribe. And I hope I will not be sick or in the hospital or anything for my next scheduled Flosstube. So I hope to be back on the 1st of March with the rest of February and my Olympic stitching and my birthday stitchings and whatever else I got done. I hope you have a wonderful end of February. And if you enjoy the Olympics, I hope you enjoy watching them. And if your weather is not what you like, it will go. It will be over. There will be better days. And thank you for spending time with me. I will see you on February 1st. March 1st. Bye.